Well, here's the exciting part. This is where we start to work on the techniques that we're going to be incorporating into those licks. So we're going to be talking about 2-for-1 deals. Hit the string once, but get 2 notes. How come? Because your chord hand is going to be making the second note. Sound good?
The rolls change to pull out the melody. The tune or melody is mixed in with the rolls and fancy bits called licks. When there's a long melody note, the banjo can't stop. Instead, we fill in the spaces with more rolls, with picks and pinches, or with fancy licks.
Jesse James was a man who killed many a man. He robbed the Glendale train. He took from the rich, he gave to the poor, with a head and a heart and a brain. Jesse had a wife, 2 more for his life, 3 children, they were brave. But the dirty little coward who shot Mr. Howard has laid Jesse James in his grave.
Okay, hammers, pull-offs and slides are essential techniques for bluegrass banjo players. Hammers. What I want you to do is ghost the 2nd fret of your bass string with that 2nd finger. Okay, so that's 4th string, 2nd fret, and just ghost it. Pick it and then bring that hammer down. If your hammer sounds a bit flabby, it could be that you're not fretting it close enough to the fret metal for a start. Okay, if you're more than halfway down that fret, you won't get a clear sound. The other thing is to do is like the karate experts, when they're smashing a tile in half and they go, hey, they're not actually aiming at the surface of the tile, they're aiming at somewhere underneath. So if you would like to aim somewhere behind your fretboard, you'll get a pretty athletic hammer on. Okay. Let's try one for the fingers. That was a thumb hammer. Let's try one for the fingers. Let's try the 2nd fret of your 1st string with the middle finger. Okay, pick the note once with this hand. Bring the hammer down. Okay. Pull-offs, or flick-offs as they're sometimes known, are kind of the opposite to hammer-ons. You pick the string fretted and then pull off with the fretting finger. What you're doing is you're catching that little bit of flesh right at the edge of the finger there and actually making that 2nd note. So why have they got 2 names, pull-offs and flick-offs? Okay, well, pull-offs are, generally speaking, if you've been playing guitar, you'll be used to pull-offs because what you're doing is you're pulling into the palm of the hand. If you've never played guitar before and you've never tried pull-offs or flick-offs, you might want to try the alternative, which is flicking away from the palm of the hand. It doesn't matter which one you choose, just be consistent. Personally, with having been a guitarist for many years, I use pull-offs, and regardless of what technique you use, I'm going to refer to them as pull-offs. Okay. If you're having trouble getting a clean sound from a pull-off, it could be that you're cuddling the neck a bit. You're kind of like all cramped up there, you've got no room to move. If you push your thumb back, your wrist will move back, your hand will open up, and you'll have some room to execute those pull-offs. Now hammer-ons are from a lower note to a higher note. 0, in this case 2. Pull-offs are the opposite. They're from a higher note to a lower note. In this case, a 3 to a 2. Or a 3 to a 0. The third type of 2-for-1 deals are slides. And slides can be either from a lower note to a higher note or a higher note to a lower note. Try this. Fret your third string at the second fret with your second finger. Using your index finger of your picking hand, up-pick that note and then slide that finger up until you reach the 4th fret and stop at that point. Notice I'm taking my whole hand. I'm not trying to leave that behind and try to stretch out for that 4. You've got to take the whole hand with you. Keep the relationship of the fingers. Alright, your thumb is as much a chord making part of the hand as the fingers are. So when we're doing that slide, we're taking that hand, the whole hand with us. Now this time when you've got up to the 4th fret, hold the bus because we're going to go back down again. Pick it at the 4th fret and slide it back down to the 2nd. You're going to have to keep some pressure on the chord hand here. Let's try one from the 2nd to the 5th fret. Problem here is knowing when to put the brakes on. Okay, pick it at the 2nd fret and target that note, that 5th fret with your eyes, because that's where you're putting the brakes on. Okay, here we go. Let's try that on the 1st string.